Yeah, but the litigants don't get to run my circus. I get to run it, and Mondays work best for me, sir. So good afternoon. Can everyone in the courtroom hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. This is case 22CR 01888 pending in the Justice Court of the Pahrump Township here in County 9, State of Nevada. Is that Mr. Glennen there at the counsel table?
Yes, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Glennen. Go ahead and have a seat. And is Mr. Blundo available?
Yes, Your Honor. Good
Thank
afternoon.
you, Mr. Blundo. You may have a seat as well. All right. This being case number 22CR 0188, this is the first appearance of Mr. Blundo. Mr. Blundo, do you have a copy of the criminal complaint that was filed June 14th?
I do, Your Honor.
All right, and do you read and understand English, sir?
I do.
Mr. Blundo, on line 14 is your name and birth date information set forth accurately.
Yes?
All right. Sir, you're the defendant in a criminal case. I want to let you know that as a defendant, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say might be used against you. You have the right to be represented by an attorney. If you can't afford to hire your own counsel, the court can appoint somebody to represent you at the county's expense. You have the right to have a preliminary hearing with regard to this case in the next 15 days or so, if you'd like to move that promptly. Sir, do you understand those rights?
I do.
This criminal complaint alleges you may have committed a felony crime here in Nye County on or about March 28th of this year. It alleges that you may have violated the provisions of NRS 200.481, 200.485, and NRS 33.018, which is Category C felony. Category C felonies are the classification of crimes here in Nevada where if you're convicted, you can be sent to the Nevada State Penitentiary for a year or more. This particular criminal complaint alleges that on or about that date, you might have willfully and unlawfully used force or violence on a person by the name of Melissa Nicole Blundo. It alleges that Ms. Blundo is your spouse or former spouse, a person to whom you are related by blood or marriage, a person with whom you have or are having a dating relationship, a person with whom you have a child in common, a person who's been appointed the custodian or legal guardian of a minor child, and it alleges that the domestic violence occurred by sitting or laying on top of this person and preventing her from moving or leaving, and by intentionally impeding the normal breathing and circulation of blood of the alleged victim by applying pressure on her throat or neck in a manner that created a risk of death or substantial bodily harm. Sir, I'm not asking that you agree with these allegations, but you understand what you're being charged for.
I do.
Mr. Blundo, will you be able to hire your own attorney to represent you in this case?
I'm currently working on that situation, Your Honor. It's been a very difficult and trying endeavor.
Understood. Well, do you reckon that you could be able to engage an attorney and be ready for a preliminary hearing in the next 15 calendar days?
I do not, Your Honor. Not at this time, no.
Well, will you be willing to waive your right to a speedy prelim so that I can accommodate you in your search for counsel?
I will waive my for preliminary.
All right. Mr. Glenn, what's your timing on this case?
I'm at Your Honor's beck and call.
Okay, all right. Well, we need to have the matter move along. Mr. Blundo, do you believe that in the next month you'll be able to engage counsel and counsel then be able to talk to the prosecutor such that we could perhaps come back and then choose a date for a preliminary hearing if necessary?
Your Honor, again, it's a very expensive endeavor, and I don't know if I'll be able to meet those particular financial obligations to find an attorney of the caliber that's willing to take on a case of this magnitude.
Well, since you found out about this case, what sort of efforts have you taken to find counsel?
Well, I've met with several different attorneys, and unfortunately, they want a matter of funds that is Unattainable.
Well, did you want to apply to the county through this court for the appointment of an attorney if you can't afford to hire one?
I'm sorry, I don't understand.
Well, the county can provide you with indigent defense counsel if you are poor to the point that you can't hire your own lawyer.
Well, okay, thank you for the clarification, Your Honor. I believe there's a standard for that, so I don't know if I meet that or not.
Well, would you like to apply?
Yes.
All right, we'll provide you with a financial declaration. I'll take a look at it, and if you qualify, then the court will see about appointing an attorney to represent you. I need to set a date to come back because we got to keep this matter rolling. Mr. Glennon, what days are best for you to appear in court for a status conference?
Any day but Tuesday, because that's when the commissioners meet.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, how about another Monday at 1 o'clock for a status conference?
I'm good.
Your Honor, if a Wednesday is a little bit more presentable to you and to the prosecutor, that'd be a little bit more advantageous.
Yeah, but the litigants don't get to run my circus. I get to run it, and Mondays work best for me, sir.
Understood.
So we'll set this for a Monday 2 weeks hence at 1 o'clock. And I've got to find my calendar screen here, and here it is. So we will come back on Monday afternoon, September 12th at 1 o'clock for a status conference to find out who counsel is and to set this matter for a preliminary hearing. Mr. Glennon, before we adjourn, is there anything else you'd like us to try to take care of today?
No, Your Honor, I think we've covered it all, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Blundo, is there anything that we can help you with today? I am going to have staff provide you with an application for the appointment of indigent counsel.
No, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, so I forgot to ask, I asked you if you could, if you read and understood English, can you also write it legibly?
Yes.
Okay, sometimes folks can't, there's no shame in that, but I'd have court staff have you fill it out if it's not something I could read. Well, if you fill that out before you leave court today, I'll take a look at it this afternoon, and we'll get back to you whether or not you qualify.
Thank you.
And either way, we'll see everybody on the afternoon of September 12th at 1 o'clock. Anything else before we close this out?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen. We're in recess.